Don't trip, potato chip. When I dip, you dip, we dip. If I don't dip, you don't dip. Sit your ass down. No, don't you dare. Don't you dare. Go sit down somewhere is what you do. This dog got me messed up, man. Damn spoiled dog, bro. I'm calling the pound on you today, man. Animal control coming to get you, motherfucker. Because you cry too much. Man, where my 9 o'clockers at, man? The AMers, man. Where my programmers? GS Tattoo, young programmer. How you doing, sir? Happy Tuesday in the AM to you. Excuse me, man. That's that good baking soda coming back. It goes down liquid and comes back as gas. Man, we 3.5 minutes in. Where are all the people, man? Where are all the people, bro? And I try to go to sleep, man. What's going on, SK, man? Listen, man, I try to go to sleep, man. Everybody left, man. All the employed people went to their jobs. All the kids went to school, and I stayed right here. And I tried to lay down and go to sleep, man. I was like laying there, like, oh man. I'm sitting up here scrolling through these lives. Hey, man, I just seen iShowSpeed on live, man. Do you know this fool got 300,000 people watching him right now? This dude got 175,000 likes, man. Like, how do I get like iShowSpeed, man? I got 4 people watching me, man. I got 2 likes. This dude's got 175,000 likes, bro. They all got bots, but still lots of people. Oh yeah, no doubt about it, huh? Oh, look at Baker's son is back, man. He loves tapping into some gay shit. Remember when you first turned Sega on? Sega. For real, for real. If if blue, red, and green people existed, would you date them? Oh, absolutely, man. Ain't you ever seen Avatar, man? And blue, red, all them colors you name, them people do exist. They just in a different type of way, man. Got to get bots to boost into the algo, then real people come. Yeah, you know what, man? In the regular world, that shit is way too expensive, man. You got to go buy hella phones, I didn't like Avatar. And honestly, I'm keeping it all the way 100 when I tell you I ain't never seen that dumbass movie before, man. I'd never seen it. The last listen, the last flick I went to see in the movies was an old movie that everybody already saw. Man, I went to the drive-in and watched Top Gun. Real talk, man. I wasn't about to go watch no damn Avatar, man. That ain't even my style, man. People that look like little ugly animals. Nah, man. Oh, Ball Striker is up in the AM. Yeah, we up and at 'em, man. I've been having so much trouble sitting down on these damn lives, man, because my dumb ass, I'll do a live for 5 hours straight, man. So I'm standing up today, man. I'm standing up, bro. I'm not sitting down. But even standing up after a while is an effort, man. Do some burpees. You know what, bro? I used to do a lot of burpees, man. I wasn't the burpee king, but at one point, man, hey man, no cap, I was up to 2,000 5 count burpees a day. Oh, it's still you want to see oh, you know what? I'm glad you said that. So so I want to show everybody something, right? I want you to take note. I don't know if you can see it, but you see how that's white, right? So this is Pompeii, right? Extra virgin olive oil. But look at that. Check this out. That's how you know this is real olive oil. If you put it in the freezer and that shit turns white like soap, boy, you got you some A1 Yola. So with that being said, Grace Perks, all I was trying to get to is that so when I buy olive oil, I test the brand by putting it in the freezer. And this one passed the test, right? Like you can see it right there. It right there. You see that line? It passed the test. This is real solid extra virgin. This is the best money can buy. So so I use extra virgin olive oil to relieve the pain. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. Look it up though. You know, beef tallow is good for cooking, man. That's some of the best. You know what? And if you want to get your own beef tallow, it's not necessarily beef tallow, but every time you cook any red meat in a frying pan, save the grease, obviously. Save all your bacon grease, save all your pig grease, swine grease, whatever. I'm the type of individual I like flavor, so I mix it all together, man. I'm not tripping. But yeah, so the Pompeii, I'm gonna show you one more time, Grace. This is Pompeii. Look, that's solid as a rock right there. It'll loosen back up, no worries. But the point is, if you got real, and I don't know if this is cold pressed, right? If I flip it around on the back, right, it should say that it's cold pressed, but it don't. It just says extra virgin olive oil. But anyways, cold pressed just means when you don't put no heat to no oil, it doesn't damage the molecules, and it can stay organic longer before it starts to oxidize and shit. Oxidized grease is what fucks your body up. You know, and all grease oxidizes. I don't care what you're using. All oil oxidizes at some point when it touches oxygen. So cold pressed is better because you don't put no heat to it. But anyways, extra virgin olive oil's got the same chemical compound that's in ibuprofen, all the Advil, all the hospital brands. The only difference is their shit is chemically constructed, and that's a natural occurring, you know, compound inside of the extra virgin olive oil. So when I consume about a teaspoon of it, right, it gives me pain relief for about a whole day and a half. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna tell you something though. It does the same exact thing that ibuprofen does too, though, and that's the breakthrough is the fact that when that shit starts to wear off, you're gonna have body aches everywhere, and you're gonna start feeling like you're gonna start feeling like exactly how you feel when you coming down off them pain medications. But I'd rather take a natural option than sit up here and mess with these pills because like the pharmaceutical company They got synthetic shit because it's cheaper to make. They can make a lot of it, and they don't gotta like pull shit off a tree or out the ground to get it. But my nerve problem, you know what? It's bugging me right this minute, man. Um, I don't know what's going on. I guess as I get closer to 44, man, my body's trying to tell me something. Right? I really need to go take a doctor's visit. Serious, but you know, all the all the all the food is 50-50, right? You playing Russian roulette with food products these days. You eat it, you feel like shit. I mean, why you think all these women be so angry trying to fight everybody and they be wilding out? Because the food is poisonous and it affects your biological electrical system in your body, and it be making people just on one, man. But I'm standing up right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm standing up because as I sit down, it puts pressure on that nerve, and that nerve pressure is what's really making me uncomfortable. So right now, I still wanted to get on video, man. I'm working on these watch hours constantly, man. I'm about to hit 1,000 watch hours here. Yeah, extra virgin olive oil. You got that right. Pain relief too. And another thing too, um, extra virgin coconut oil gets rid of gut inflammation and it gets rid of intestinal inflammation. And a lot of people know it cleans your teeth better than toothpaste, but maybe they don't. I don't know. But if you ain't heard it yet, you heard it here. Wait a minute. This guy said, when we lubing up and hopping on Pub King. I don't know what that is. Pub PUBG King? I don't know. I have a feeling you saying something like Corn Hub. Corn Cub. Be quiet. Go lay down, man. Stop crying. Go lay down. I'll let you out at 10:30. PUBG is a game, T. It's a multiplayer game like Fortnite. Well, all right. Why the hell this fool say when we lubing up? That sounded like some that sounded like something else, man. You don't lube up to play no video game. And I ain't never played Fortnite before, man. The only multiplayer game I played on my PlayStation was Call of Duty. This dude said this guy's name is Arian Moody, and he said, "Daddy." Hey man, shout out to the Aryan Brotherhood, man. The Aryan Warriors and the Aryan Circle, man. All three of them. Since we talking Aryans right now, I got homies from all three of them organizations, man. I know y'all probably thinking that's weird. Like, how you got homies from the Aryan Brotherhood, the motherfucking Aryan Circle, and the Aryan Warriors? Because, man, I've been around the block like the mailman. Right? How do you lube up to play a video game, man? That's weird. Maybe I guess if you playing like the explicit triple X Sims, maybe, but like, and then I never even heard of that game he was talking about before. Pub D. Never heard of that, man. I never heard of that, man. And another thing too is I only got one video game, bro. All I got to my name is GTA 5. And I just hit $60 million in my account on that damn game. Which it ain't no money. Some fools got 1 billion, but shit, I got 60 million. But when you start to make money on that game to the point where you can have everything, it ain't even fun no more. That shit ain't even fun no more, bro. I never liked San Andreas, man. I didn't like the graphics on San Andreas. I liked Liberty City. That one was cool. Oh, you messed around with GTA, huh, Grace? That's what's upper. Yeah, man. Hey, you know what? But see, the thing is, I've been playing GTA since it first came out. Even I don't know who remembers the very first version when that shit was like. Who remembers the game Dick Tracy from back in the day, man? There used to be a game called Dick Tracy, right? I don't know who remember. I know the older guys remember that one, right? Dick Tracy was a cool little game when you my age. It was because like man, I guess we had decent games though. Did you play Vice City? Well, yeah, Vice City is Liberty City. You know what I'm saying? I just said Liberty City because when you play Vice City, you're in Liberty City, which is I guess Liberty City is supposed to be Florida. You know, it's supposed to be down there in Florida and shit, and then obviously GTA 5 Los Santos, that's in LA, and San Andreas. I don't really know where San Andreas is at. I guess that's also supposed to be LA, but I never played San Andreas. I mean, I did, but I didn't play long enough to. I logged in, played for like 20 minutes, and then logged out over at a friend of mine's house. So I never really got into it like that. Everybody, yeah, even my little 6 year old daughter just got through sitting up here saying, I was surprised she knew. And she was like, so dad, do you still play five? And I'm like, you talking about GTA 5? And she was like, yeah. So I was like, yeah, I still play. And she was like, you're waiting on six, huh? And I was like, now she only 6 years old. So I'm like six? Like, how you know about six? Because everybody's talking about it. I'm like, everybody where? At school? She says, no, on YouTube. I'm like, damn. You watch too much I Show Speed. She love I Show Speed, man. She watched Five Nights at Freddy's. Like, I gotta keep up with her little. I try to. She don't live with me though, man. She lives across town, and I got a picture of her, but it's so small you can't really see her. But she even more brighter than me, and that's cause her mom darker than me, but she's still light skinned. So when you put us together, it made my daughter like bright, bright, like Faith Evans type of bright. Like who else is bright like my baby girl, man? But my oldest daughter is bright too. I got a 16-year-old too, man. That's who I live with. I live with my 16-year-old, but she bright as hell. Don't show their pictures online. You know what? As a matter of fact, her picture's already online. Go to my community page and you'll see my 6-year-old. She's sitting there. But it's all good. It's okay to show your kids as long as you do it in a responsible way. Because man, I be seeing parents showing their kids looking suspect as hell, and I'm like, nah. One thing I learned about the way I came up is everything you do can never look suspect. Because as a grown man, you should know better. So when I be seeing these dads and these moms doing suspect shit with they kids and shit, I'd be like, nah, I ain't fucking with them at all. Because you should know better. And if you doing suspect shit, I already know who you affiliated with. Because it's only one group of people who sit there and exploit their kids. And you know how they exploit them? If you see a video with a family and they got kids, and you see something if it just strikes you even a little bit suspect, that's because it is. Because motherfucking grown ass adults know better. But it's a lot of these people that are owned and operated, bought and paid for. So you already know how that go. They got to do something strange for some change, man. You see it all the time, man. On the internet, you see it all the time. But I got a picture of her, but it ain't nothing out of the ordinary. I mean, it's just we sitting on the couch, she messing around, and I'm just taking a little selfie, But I just wanted the world to, since y'all getting to know me, you're gonna have to get to know my babies. I can't really put my other daughter on because I don't have any pictures of her, and she don't. she don't want to be on the internet and shit. So maybe one of these days. But as of right now, it's just my 6 year old. But as a matter of fact, my 6 year old wants to be a content creator like her daddy, and she already been dropping little videos. So I'm like, man, I told her, look, you just wait. I'm gonna think about something that like we can do responsibly for children, because I'm gonna tell you, the cuter you are, the better you'll do. And that's a fact, right? And like it ain't even, it's the cute factor, man. The cute factor will bring in the views, the subscribers, and all of that. But if that's what she really want, we gotta like discuss it with her mother and all that kind of shit. So, when she was a baby, her mom posted a video of her on TikTok, right? She was dancing to this song when she was like 1.5 years old, and she had just learned how to walk. She was dancing to this little song, and it kind of low key did some numbers for a minute. But I wouldn't mind having a viral sensation baby, but like, long as it's responsible, man, because I ain't taking no shit from these executives that run these companies, because man, success and fame ain't that important for me to have to compromise anything in my life for some motherfucking money, because I'll go into a bank and demand stop looking at me and put the money in the brown bag, you know, if it's just that desperate, right? But, the industry got a way of trying to turn everybody into a prostitute, man, and act like they doing you a favor. So, I do what I can, right? But, I ain't trying to lead nobody in the wrong direction, man. There's a lot of fucked up shit in my life, man. And, you know, once again, that's why I made this page, because I've shared it and talked about it to the public. And I've been unable to be the father that I needed to be by force, though. It wasn't by choice, man. I ain't never been a deadbeat, man. A lot of this shit that goes on in certain people's lives, it's really by force, to be honest with you. It's not a conscious decision that I made. It's just that, a lot of these people out here are gatekeepers, and they like to put they boot on your neck and play with you and your family, and basically to try to like show you who's boss and who got the power. And you only got one option. You can either accept it, move along and stay free, or you could go catch that hat and go catch a life sentence and then sit in there while all the other gatekeepers laugh at you because they knew you was going to crash out. So it's like, the best thing for me is just to accept that, there's a lot of turbulence in my life, man. And I always figure stuff out, though. It may take a while this time, because they kind of got me in a really tight spot, like in between a rock and a hard place. But I don't know. I'll figure it out somehow, some way. Oh yeah, man. Right now I'm just trying to build this channel. It ain't my main focus, man, but it is a focus of mine. Like, but it's really not even about building this channel, right? Hey, let me test something. Hold on. That light is bugging me. Yeah, y'all can see me good still. Hey, it's really not about only building this channel, man. It's about my message that well, they don't it's not really bullying, man. Because bullying is when the person that you bullying is scared, right? People are just being assholes in the name of protection, just like my job used to do. Sit up here and be assholes and try to push me and try to get me knocked off because they were jealous and I'm too handsome for these motherfuckers. That's what it boils down to, is I am too handsome for these ugly motherfuckers, right? And because a bunch of ugly motherfuckers is in position, they become gatekeepers because they mad that they not handsome, right? So they try to dick me around and do all this stuff, right? And try to get me to crash out and try to control the narrative, like, mind control type shit. And you know, but what I'm trying to get at is they be having the police parked right around the corner. You see what I'm saying? They be having the police parked right around the corner. And you know what? Hey, PAJ, I'll accept that I'm the problem, man. I will. You don't have to break shit to me, man. I'll accept that I'm the problem. You know why? Because that's the same thing everybody says. I've been the problem, right? Even though I got receipts, that's see that, but that's the breakthrough is the receipts. You can't just say a guy is the problem when he got the receipts, right? He got the receipts. But at any rate, I'll be the problem, But like I said, I'm too handsome for these motherfuckers because not only are they face ugly, but they spirit is ugly as well. My spirit ain't ugly, it's battered and bruised, it's battle scarred. Wait, so what is this nigga talking about? So you hold on, you came in disrespecting the chat, man. Guess your parents. Oh man, nah. See, you Paji, you must be in India. You see, I got you though, brother. I got you, man. Listen, you can't come in here trying to bully my people around, bro. That like we come on, man. Like we ain't we not on that, bro. We not on that, man. I would have let you chill if you wouldn't have said that. I would have let him chill, Grace, but he you talking some high level shit in the wrong place. Right? You said the right shit. You just said it in the wrong place. That's all. That's all. That's why dudes be getting jaws broken and shit, man. And it's just like you be trying to tell them, hey man, you're gonna have to chill, man. There are some dangerous people in here tonight, and you talking way too loud. You're gonna get messed up, man. You ain't gonna make it out the parking lot if you don't shut up. Everybody got guns nowadays, man. Everybody. These cats be tripping. Yeah, I couldn't like the way he said it. Just I could imagine if someone said that shit to my mother, man. Like, hold on, man, come on, man. Like, bro, what you mean women speak when they're spoken to? That's that Indian shit. I bet you anything he's from India, and that's the type of shit they be saying, right? That's why. But we ain't even finna get into no racial anything, cause like, bro, just be quiet, man. Why you gotta say dumb shit to people, man? What's up with that? And see, that's another thing that I know makes me different, man, than a lot of individuals because being from California in the 90s and the 80s, listen, I was forced to have respect for people through the threat of violence and possible, worse, right? Because we sat there and we watched, me and my little homies, right? We sat there and we watched over the years a lot of people get fucked off out of disrespect, out of carelessness, out of telling people business, out of not keeping it solid, out of not standing on principles, at like for a lot of reasons, man. Like a lot of reasons. For I like you know people can say what they want to say about like the street gang culture and all of that, but like it's a lot of guys, man, that will give you the shirt off their back, that will feed you and let you sleep on the floor, and even when it's time to go, slide you like $25 and say good luck to you. But the minute you get respectful, they'll cut your head off. you know. And that's the way I grew up. A person couldn't afford to be disrespectful, man. And then I ventured out into the world as a grown man, and I seen that, like, damn, it's a lot of people not like that. They just be out here really just letting anything come out their mouth. And sometimes in certain instances nowadays, as I get older, I be talking shit as well. But like, there's some shit I just don't say to people. Like, I ain't gonna just play with people any old kind of way. And if you ain't never played with me, then chances are you ain't gonna receive nothing but the utmost respect from me. But you don't get that from everybody, man. And that's a sad truth, man. Fools be out here on some sucker shit, to be honest, man. You be taking protein wicks. Yeah, 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 okay, yeah, 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 absolutely. You know, but yeah, I just felt like, dude, if he's saying shit like that, he gonna be like that the whole time he in this motherfucker. And I'm like, nah, nah, sucker, absolutely not. Yeah, and my motto is this, man. Hey, if you feel like you just want to be disrespectful, homie, press that plus button in the center of your phone and make a video. And if people like it, you'll go viral. People like it, they'll subscribe. Since you on YouTube, don't wait, not show your face and go into other people's sessions and then just act like you just moving your weight around like you. Cause I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, man. I have been up since 1 a.m. So maybe I'm tripping, man. But I don't be liking dudes these days, man. I really be thinking that, you know, they don't even act like women. Cause I wouldn't disrespect a woman like that. These cats just, I guess they ain't got no home training, man. I don't really know what it is, man. Oh, you helping my algorithm get more views? Okay. What type of views? Cause I seen what you just said. You ain't got no home training, man. You hella unoriginal. So what is you helping my algorithm to do that it hasn't already done? Or to me, I don't even acknowledge your help, to be honest with you, because you just one person out of many. How do you handle disrespect from a woman and keep it G? Need advice from an old school unk. Oh, okay. How do you handle a disrespectful female? Well, you got to take the first line of action, which is to get the fuck away from her, man. Even if she your girl, even if she your sister, you got to get the fuck away from her, right? That's the first line. I mean, and if you ain't readily able to get away from her right away, then you got to start making plans, right? If she's a person that you stuck with, you got to make those plans immediately, right? Whether you comfortable or not, you got to make those plans. And because I'm telling you, if you were to do anything crazy, like, the last thing a man would ever want to do is put his hands on a female in 2026. I'm telling you, them cops is gonna be to the house so fast, it's gonna be like they was waiting around the corner. And right now, you want to have minimal dealings with the police, especially right now, man. The police are not. Police are on some high strung, high alert type shit right now with almost anybody they dealing with, unless you in a little town and everybody know everybody, and the cops just on some relaxed cool shit, then okay, that's different. But like, if it was me, I wouldn't be trying to like be caught up with anything to do with law enforcement, man, especially any type of putting your hands on a female. I don't even like, I don't even be wanting to yell, man. That shit be making me, that shit be bothering my nerve damage. Should be irritating my nerve damage, man. I don't do hands. I just told her to take that chance on her future and hit the road. I'll see her in 10 years with a lame full of regret. Well, don't say that, because the way the irony of life works is she won't end up with a lame. She gonna end up with a guy better than your ass. Hold on. Hey, Danny, calm down, bro. It's just a dog, man. Is that your buddy? No, you damn sure ain't going outside now. Hell no, you ain't going out there. No, the neighbor just walked by with some dogs, man. And so now I gotta hear this shit until they get down the street. What is you talking about, man? What is Jack talking about? No, I ain't upset, but like, what do you keep? Like, is this some type of loaded question? Because you keep saying I need to shave something, but you not saying what it is, man. So what a person need to shave, man? Unless I'm walking into a trap. But anyway, man, go lay down. Damn, bro, like, you really think that's gonna get you outside, huh? Sit down. No, sit down. Lay down, right there on the car. You got food, you got water. Be quiet. Whoop your ass if you don't. Get all that hair off your face. Oh, man, I thought I was talking to Jack. Where the fuck did Ed? So who am I talking to? Eddie now? Like, see, this is what I'm talking about, man. This makes this like this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, so Jack and the Beanstalk had Eddie finish the sentence. Like, what is we doing here, man? And then this nigga name is Mars. Eddie Mars. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like this the kind of shit we doing now, man. Tag teaming a nigga, huh? Talk about cut some shit off my face, man. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what. Man. This hair is here for a reason. You ain't gotta like it. You ain't gotta like it, sir. I'll tell you what, man. This is what we gonna do for you. We finna hook this up like a microphone. You feel me? There we go. Since y'all so worried about my face, I guess you cats is used to naked face Nelson. But I can't rock a butt naked face, man. I don't know what the hell you talking about. Why I gotta do that? I like I'm doing that, but explain to me why I need to do that. Like, make a statement and then give me an explanation, right? Why do I need to do that? And Nebula said, "Get a job." I'm surprised he didn't tack bum on the end. They usually say, "Get a job, bum." One guy even called me a hobo. This is my job, though, Nebula. I'm at work, man. I am at work right now. I don't know if you know that, man, but YouTube is a whole job. But when I get these little $20,000 checks, hey, I'm gonna tell you right now, when I get these $20,000 checks, you gonna be saying get a job to a boss that makes his own hours. So keep that in mind every time you see a cat on YouTube and you talking about get a job. What's going on, music fan? I see you. Can't hear you. Okay, he just tapping in. I got you. Music fan, can you please help T handle these haters? Music fan cannot listen because music fan is at work right now, but music fan is still tuned in. The problem is y'all generation don't teach these younger men how to properly handle a female. I don't know where you think these perfect men are who's supposed to teach the youth. Let me tell you something important. If the youth in the urban areas was able to be taught, they would have been taught just like they are in the suburbs. So I don't know who these men are, but there's a reason. You don't blame. And you would think that's how it goes, right? You absolutely would think you're supposed to blame the elders for not setting the proper examples. But in fact, when you're talking about poverty and you're talking about stressful lifestyles, no formal education, regular dead end jobs, stress, a life you could barely afford, those kind of guys are victims of circumstances that the government created, right? That just life did in general. Everybody ain't gonna be able to set the example. Like, you're putting too much responsibility where it ain't enough accountability, you know. And what I mean by that is, it's not that the man ain't taking accountability for his irresponsibility. It's that he's a part of a cycle that never got broken. And so the youngsters who don't know how to handle these women are the next up. They the next up. I don't know how to handle women, homie, but you sure acting like you do. Just Desserts. You know how to handle women so good, man. Is that what is that what it is? Because I like, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you are a guru at handling women. Because I don't think no man can really handle a woman properly. Because, you know, even pimps have trouble handling women, and they supposed to be the ultimate ladies man, you know. So that ain't the problem, but you know, I like it in you. And so Just Dessert goes on to say that y'all generation was propagandized by small hats to put these females on a pedestal, telling her she's a queen and she don't have any expectation from her man. Who the hell said that? Hey man, where do you live and who raised you? Right. Damn. Old River. Man, I wish you wouldn't have blocked that old man. I mean, music fan. But I'm gonna tell you what he said. Just Desserts. Old Riverman said, "You're the type of guy to get pegged by a woman." That's you know what? Damn, I'm just shaking my head on that, man. Cause you know, some people don't got a clue, right? And you can tell them 1,000 times and they still won't get it. Some individuals, they just ain't got a clue, man. You got to understand how the world as a whole works. See, no one ever really wants to look at the big picture. Everybody's too focused on the little small, you know, like just a magnified piece of the picture, man. Right? It's just like when that painting in the shadow where it's a guy running from a knife attack, right? But because it's just magnified of the guy's arm with the knife and the guy's leg, it almost looks like the aggressor is the victim and the victim is the aggressor. And that illustration was made for a reason. You got to stop focusing only on just one little piece of the big picture and trying to build your whole story off of just that little micro, highlight, because there's a whole big picture that you're not explaining, you're not acknowledging it, and so it's not going to make your story, it's not going to make it make sense to a person who focuses on the big picture like myself. Man, I focus on the big picture, man. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have that problem like Business OG says, man. Just got to find a good woman like my wife, a heaven fearing woman who stands by her man. And them OGs understand that. They not worried about teaching these youngsters what to do with these women, because you can't teach anybody. You could lead by example and you could teach. So that's not quite what I mean. But what I'm trying to say is, it's not the OG's fault the way you young niggas is acting right now, basically. You know, right? And like I said, there's a big picture, man. Like there's a man, there's a big picture, man. There's 100 reasons why shit is the way it is, man. There's like 100 reasons, man. I can't even explain them all, because it could be mental illness, it could be drugs, it could be She likes to party on the weekend. She likes to googly eye with other men. She likes to flirt when her man ain't around. This ain't got nothing to do with men not showing a young man how to treat a woman. You know what I'm saying? But just like anything, there's all kinds of scenarios. So, it's really mainly a case by case basis, but I don't get into all of that, man. I don't fucking care. If I see a young dude wilding out on his girl, I used to think I cared, but I don't give a damn. It ain't worth giving a damn. It ain't worth giving a damn because at this point in the world, everybody's cooked for the most part any damn way. Motherfuckers is really cooked out here. And if you're not cooked, good for you, man. If you are in a position to where, like business OG say, you got a good woman where you don't have to tell her what to do. You don't have to tell her to speak when she's spoken to. Because man, there's a lot of examples with the older people on like some of these women know how to cater to a man. And that shit is the most attractivest thing in the world, man. When you know and you really know how to cater to your woman, and she know how to cater to you. But like nowadays, y'all young cats are cooked, man. You ain't really gonna get that. All she want is to she wants you to show your love to her by a Chanel bag and some red bottom shoes and some jewelry and some weed and some drinks, some Don Julio to be exact. And if you don't get that shit for her, she's gonna go to the nigga that will, and he's gonna end up turning her out, and then she's gonna be mad at the nigga who turned her out, and then she's gonna come back to a nigga like you and dog you out for not showing her that you don't buy love, right? So it's a whole vicious cycle, man. When you can't control your woman and she be doing stupid shit, and then she don't respect the man, and then he don't know how to act when he gets disrespected, so he want to put his hands on her and he want to do all this shit, and it's just a cold cesspool of a situation, man. Yeah, no doubt. And you know what? In certain situations, God ain't always the way to end up with a good woman neither, man. I mean, that'll help, no doubt about it. That'll definitely help make shit easier, but you know, I don't even know why I'm still talking because honestly, dude that made the statement, he kind of gone. I think he took off anyway. He was like, "Man, fuck this shit, man. I knew I shouldn't have said nothing." Bro, I got a ulcer in my gut, man. I can feel it. I got an ulcer, man. It's bringing me pain. I can't even eat everybody's food, man. I feel like I got poison, bro. I'm sitting up here constantly eating. You know what though? If I do got an ulcer, man, they say that fasting is the best way to fasting and eating cherries and berries and shit. Shit like avocados, mangoes, easy diet like that. It'll heal your gut. Take you like a teaspoon of baking soda every day, or yeah, baking soda too, but also apple cider vinegar, or you can go get them little pills, them little gummies, and all that shit'll help. But I don't know, man. My stomach feels terrible. Hey, I'll be right back though. Yeshua, then he goes by many names, and he ain't a color. He came for all men and women. Yeah. Are you a Democrat or a Republican? Derek, is you asking me that or what? Am I a Democrat or a Republican? Or are you asking someone in the chat? Damn, why I feel like my phone froze up or something, man? Nobody's saying nothing. Yeah, but he didn't answer me back, so I guess he dipped out or something. I said earlier that Jesus Christ, they got him around here looking like he went to Woodstock back in the '60s, man. And that ain't Jesus, man. I don't know who the hell that is, but I heard a story a long time ago about who it is, but it ain't Jesus, I'll tell you that. But I also went on to say that Jesus Christ, if anything, his location of wherever he was supposed to reside back in the day, he was he was he probably looked more Ethiopian. Not necessarily Ethiopian features, but like his skin color and his hair. And then they say it in the Bible anyway that he had frizzy hair, man. Like quail springs and shit. But I don't know. Maybe one day we'll see. I don't think he coming back, but they say he is though. Um and that's how a lot of people feel. A majority of the Christian population is that's what they gonna tell you. Jesus is gonna make a grand return. And if he does, oh man, a lot of people gonna be in trouble. Yeah, Middle Eastern for sure, man. You know, even though Ethiopian is Africa, but like I couldn't see Jesus with, because Indian people can be jet black with straight hair, but I don't see Jesus being jet black with straight hair. I think Indian was a mixture of African and Asian. I'm not really sure though. I don't want to put that on those people because I don't know. I'm sure they know who their heritage is, but you know, I know this 2025 years ago plus, even in Jerusalem, the people were dark, very dark. They weren't fair skinned because it's too hot over there. That whole region is hot, unless you go up north by Russia and Europe, then it gets cold, but shit, that's anywhere in the top half of the globe, I suppose. And they didn't say Jesus walked down from the north. He was born in the east. That's where he was conceived. So, you know. But here's my thing. I'm open to any discussion about Jesus Christ and what do they feel about it, and but a lot of people say that he never existed at all. So I guess at the end of the discussion, man, it's just based on your perception, what you believe, and how you interpret what you learn. You take it in, you run it through your mind and your ancient DNA strand, and then bam, you come out with your own conclusion. And my conclusion was that possibly somebody like Jesus Christ walked the earth, but it wasn't who we be seeing today. And you know what? I'm kind of tired of saying that because this is like the third time I didn't spoke on it. And so I don't just want to keep saying it over and over and over, but shout out to Jesus, man. We love you, bro. Regardless. Even if you just a folklore, we fuck with Jesus, man. You know, that's the Son of God, and that's all that matters. That's what we was taught. And another thing I be saying is the reason the Bible got power, people try to say it's a book to control the masses. What's going on, Father? It's a book to control the masses, but I say, well, even if it is, look how much energy over the years was put into that book, man. How many people put their hand, rested their hand upon that book and prayed their heart out. I'm talking about people that broke out in tears. The amount of energy that's been put into that book, it's got power, man. It's got power. Because that's the one worldly thing that us human beings have that will help us channel the right energy, man. You know, that's the one thing that we got. So, when you read that book, man, that book has got power that was put into it. It may not have been built with power, but the power of prayer, man, all that energy got, bro. Like, just think about how much energy then got sent up to the universe and to the ethers just off of Bible scriptures and how people feel about the Holy Bible, man. It's got power within itself, whether people believe that shit or not. So I put faith in the Bible, but not maybe for the same reasons as the next man. I believe that book's got power. Just like, I hate to say it, but just like a spell book, man. Not witchcraft or nothing, because there's good spells too, man. There's good energy and there's bad energy, man. And that Holy Bible and every other book like that, they got power because we gave those books power. We as a people gave those books a lot of energy, and so now that energy resides within those words, and when you speak them in the right combination, I believe you can make good things happen for yourself, whether it's based on a true story or not. You put your energy into something, that energy never ever dissipates. So when you read in the Bible, I just feel like you're channeling all that energy of all those people that put into that book over however many hundreds of years that the Bible has even been in existence. No matter who wrote it, you know um it ain't about the words or who wrote it. It's about the intent of the energy, man. Anger is energy, but it's bad intent. When you mad and you want to hurt somebody, that's violent energy, that's hostile energy. That shit, like for example, this last apartment that I lived in, man, I feel like some people with bad energy live there because, like, I'll be cool, right? When I'm out and about, just out in the city doing shit, and then when I get back to the house, there's something about the house that would just, I don't know how to explain it, man. I would just get in this dark mood, but only after I walked in that house. And so I just start feeling like, damn, man, this house got bad energy in it. And it could be from, you know, it could be from a lot of stuff. That's why in the spiritual world they tell you to clean your house from top to bottom, scrub that shit, get all the dried sweat, body fluids, dead skin of the last person, hair strands. You got to get all that shit out of there. And that's why they scrub apartments before the next person moves in. That's why that's what they supposed to do is, sterilize the apartment, make it nice and clean, so you can start over with fresh energy, man. And then it's even priests and fathers and reverends and that'll come in and bless the house, pray over the house, get rid of the bad energy, cast out the evil spirits, you know what I'm saying? Because that shit can affect the next people that come into that home. And like all these haunted houses and all this supernatural activity is proof of that, you know what I'm saying? Well, I think the book is the same way. Because how we gonna give all the power to the spirits, but the living being doesn't have any power? You know, we got the power of words. We got the power of spoken words. You put spoken word in a certain combination, it can unlock shit in the spiritual world. You know, it can bring you good energy. It can bring you bad energy. It can bring you lustful energy. It could bring you violent energy. It could bring you all the energies on the spectrum, right? And that's why I got a Bible in the living room, man. And I keep that thing nearby at all times, man. And I remember one day I was reading some scriptures out of the Bible in the living room, and the damn computer crashed and the light started flickering. And I'm not saying I did it, but it sure was a coincidence how it happened, you know, because the computer was fine all day till I started reading the Bible. And you know me, I read the Bible with a booming voice, with conviction, and just like a reverend that's deep off in his word. And next thing you know, the computer crashes and the lights start doing weird shit. You know what I'm saying? And so, I like to read the Bible too, man. I really enjoy it, man. You look like Muslim. Well, I appreciate that, Stardust. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And praise God and God bless you as well, man. God need to be with all of us, you know. But a lot of us need to open our heart. But we living in a time now where people are turning away from God because they feel like He's supposed to fix everybody's problems. And I understand. Hey, man, how is there so many problems in a world full of solutions? But hey, man, God ain't like the go-to. He ain't like a genie in a bottle where He grant your three wishes, because then everybody's three wishes would be the same. And then, life wouldn't even life. And then I got my theories on Jesus Christ and God anyway, that He don't even care about your physical vessel. I mean, He can step in, I guess, as the holy administrator, but for the most part, I feel like God's got rules and regulations that He has to follow Himself when it comes to intervening in certain people's destinies, number one. But number two, He's more focused on your spirit and what your spirit is doing, and the health of it. And you know that's why people be mad, like, oh, if God is real, why He let all these people you know get unalived, or why did He let this happen, or why did He? And it's always surrounding tragedy. Like when someone sees something that they don't agree with, that they think is fucked up, they think either the devil did it or God was supposed to stop it. And I don't feel like that's how He operates. you know I feel like that's selfish to sit here and think that God is supposed to answer to us. It almost makes me feel like people feel like they're God, and He's just a genie in a bottle to be the servant of the people. And to me, that's crazy. But that's how people think about it. That's why I don't pray to God for tangible things. I just pray to God for forgiveness, mercy on my soul, understanding, inspirement, improvement, shit that'll help me be stronger to make it through life. I wouldn't ask God for $1 million, because that's some shit like the wish master. Like, he'll give you $1 million, but he'll like he'll it'll be in a way that it'll hurt you. It won't help you. Like, you'll get the money, but it'll only be at a expense to where getting that $1 million wasn't even worth it. You should have asked for something that would have helped your spirit, right? And if you ever watch the Wishmaster, he loves to give you what you want. But once you get it, boy, you gonna be sorry. Man, I'm in the state of Michigan, sir. I'm in the great state of Michigan, man. And I'm from the state of California though, born and raised, man. So I'm from the West Coast, I guess. That's what you wanna that's what you wanted to know. But yeah, man, yeah, cause he's worried about the spirit, ball striker. He ain't worried about the physical vessel, man. He don't care that, like, and this is just purely my opinion, bro. This ain't no fact. This ain't what nothing else, nobody else gotta live by. This is just how I feel about it. Like, you can ask God for what you want. But I feel like the problem today in this world is that if you don't get what you ask for, you just want to turn your back on him, right? And you ain't even know if you'd have asked him for the same exact thing, but in a different way, he would have put you in a position to get it on your own without him having to give you nothing, right? Because if you want tangible things, you got to go to the Wishmaster for that. And we all know who the Wishmaster is, you know? But I guarantee you, when you get it from him, you're going to wish you would have never asked for nothing. But it is what it is, man. It all boils down to the good book, man. But it's good for a totally different reason, in my opinion, than what people believe. That book's got serious power. Just I can't get over the thought of how many people put their energy into that book. I'm talking millions and millions and millions of people that were very serious, very, very passionate. I'm talking about broke down in tears and cried their eyes out till they was raw behind that book. So it's like, if you pick it up, you got to look at it through the lens of how many people poured their heart into that book, all of their energy from their core, from their fucking spirit into that book. And so when you think about it, it feels different in your hands, because you're like, wait a minute, I can feel the power all of a sudden. And then you start to try to figure out, how can I channel that power that I know is within these words? Well, you got to be passionate. Start there, man. Put yourself in the shoes of the most passionate person that's ever touched the book. Start there. Things might start turning around for you. You know, I mean, God ain't going to drop a duffel bag on your front doorstep, but he might inspire you to get up and take a walk on a particular day when a Brinks truck just happens to be riding down the street. The Brinks trucks hit a damn bump, and the door flies open and a bag of money flies out, and then boom, there goes that money you was asking for. God didn't give it to you. He just put you in the right path to get it. And that's a long shot. That's a stupid ass, you know, uh explanation, but I'm just, you know, he'll put you on the path, but he won't just drop it off to you. You gotta put yourself in the energy of what you want. I guess you can ask for anything through the book. But then again, I also heard the man that wrote the Bible also wrote the satanic version. So there's that as well. Hold on, man. I need some orange juice, bro. Did you understand that verse standing? Verse standings from Russia. Shout out to the Soviet Union, man. I know the Soviet Union doesn't exist anymore, but shout out to the Soviet Union anyway, because I know it's some OGs over there in Russia right now, still representing, throwing up the USSR. Shout out to nanotechnology, huh? Yeah, that's what they put in that Coke, huh? That's why nobody feel good. Drink that shit and it be all through your gut. You know, I wish that you could look at a specific individual and see their page, but you can't. I typed Russian to him and he didn't answer. That's because people is going in and out, man. That's why I stopped doing these morning chats because, man, number one, I don't be up in the morning like that no more. Ever since I lost my job, man, I said, man, bro, I remember so many days when I was at work early in the morning and I just wanted to lay the fuck down and go to sleep. And now I can do that, and I wish I was at work. But when I go live, man, I don't even get no crowd, man. Like, I'm like, man, this shit sucks, man. Bro, I'm suffering from a lot of ailments, man. I got nerve damage in my back. I got gut inflammation in my stomach and my intestines. But you know what? I had a dream that I was gonna live to be 61. I wasn't gonna make it far past 61 because I got, at this point in the game, irreversible damage. But hey, good. I appreciate you acknowledging that, Brandon. But I can't help but to say that was voluntary information that you could have kept to yourself. But you know what? I appreciate that you help me stimulate the algorithm. If you would please go ahead and hit that 100 or that heart, so you can help me spam the algorithm, and then I can get more refers to a larger audience. You know what I'm saying? Nonconformist is back. The Fabians who invented eugenics, death chambers, social engineering by killing all of those who aren't deemed worthy. You know what? There's still people right now that are saying that there's no such thing as human rights. Like, there's guys right now in 2026, elite people, like people with top flight educations, people with money, people with careers that matter, right? People that have power, that people with power that can affect other people's lives, right? I seen an interview with a dude from Germany that said that humans don't have any rights. And he said, I don't know who convinced people that they have rights, but there is no such thing as human rights. And this was an interview I seen last summer, man. Like, this was last summer. It was like, this isn't no old shit from the 70s or this was like recently, recorded. about a guy from Germany or wherever the fuck he was from. I don't want to say because he could have been from anywhere, but he was over in that area of the world somewhere, right? Basically saying that human beings don't have rights. None of them, unless we say so. So I was like, well, damn, that sucks. So it's just something to think about, man. Yeah, well, unfortunately, man can and man has proven time and time again that although we have God given natural rights, man has the power over the land and the worldly things, and he's taken the rights of many. So don't ever think that. See, but when you go against God, though, you pay dearly, man. You definitely do. But that's what free will is, man. Free will at the high. Think about free will at the highest level, not our free will. Our free will is at the lowest level. But imagine free will at the highest level, and then imagine the free will of the highest level of evil people. They're going to take everything from you because they got the free will to do it. They have the power, they're in position, they're going to take it every time. That's what they did to the Jews. That's what they did to the blacks. That's what they doing to a lot of folks. You know, free will is free will is a cold thing for real, man. It is a cold thing. It's a cold concept because when you hear free will, you think about your own free will. You don't think about the free will of the elite and the powerful wealth class that utilize their free will to take away your free will. And they do it just because they can. Like, we don't think about that. We only think about how we got rights and da 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 da. Okay, all right. Well, you feel like you got rights. True enough. You got God given rights, birth rights, human rights. True enough. So you can say it, but the wealthy, the rich, and the powerful can implement it. So if they decide that you ain't got no rights and they come through your neighborhood with the military in force and say, hey, nonconformist, you no longer have rights, then what are you going to do? You're a nonconformist, so I would assume that you're going to fight till death because you have the free will to do so. Just like the wealth elite people have the free will to take your free will away from you out of power. So it's a cold concept, but it's definitely something to think about. We we live in a world created by our Father, or are we going to try and create a world designed by a man for a man's heart and desire, choice, or Father ourselves? I mean, the short answer for that is this: look around you, brother. Look around and tell me what you see. Right? That's the short answer. Look around and what do you see? Do you see a bunch of freedom, happiness, and opportunity, and prosperity, and equality, and free will being exercised, and freedom to move about? Can you jump on a plane right now and fly to wherever you want to fly outside of your country? Or do you got to go and get all your paperwork in order first? I seen a video yesterday about a lady that said there's 21 countries on the no entry list right now. In other words, if you leave and you go to that country, and even as an American, they can strip you of your passport without your knowledge by simply a keystroke on a computer. And when it's time to go home and you get to the airport in that country and you show your passport and they type your shit in the computer system, it pops up automatically that your passport has been revoked, American citizen. You no longer have entry back into the United States. And that's real. That ain't no propaganda. That ain't no fake news. This is really happening right now. And the crazy part is they trick people. You can get to those countries. I'm gonna just give you one of the countries right off the top: Sudan, Kenya, um, um, Congo. If you fly to these places, right, and you try to make it back to the U.S., even if you got proof that you were citizen of the United States of America, if you go to those places, you may not be able to get back home. When okay, so now that's the other short answer. So now, when was it like that in this world? You know, when was it like that, right? Back during World War II and shit, the 1940s and shit, where motherfuckers was getting trapped in other people's countries and became refugees of other places and shit, and they couldn't get back home. Not necessarily in America, but um, just overall, you know. But the short answer is this, man. And I hate to bring up the Holocaust, but like this is the prime time to do it. Man, that man Hitler took away all, I'm talking about millions of people, took their rights in one day, just woke up and said, "You motherfuckers ain't got no more rights, and we're putting you to death." And all they could do is just cry and be upset and sad, but they look how they did them, you know? They did the Africans the same way. They did the black American the same way. And it looked like that we're getting ready, we're gearing up for a repeat of history again. Because history only repeats itself. That's a fucking fact. Well, I'm not trying to tell you something that you know. I'm just telling you something that you better take heed to, man. Talking about all these God-given rights that you have. When it comes to this worldly shit, just pray. Just pray. That's it. Just pick up that powerful Bible, read it, and pray, homie, because history only repeats itself, bro. And that's been a cycle for hundreds and hundreds of years, that history repeats itself. But see, it's funny because in America, man, all this modernized shit, all these nice little neighborhoods, everyone got jobs and they get to leave and go and do shit. Man, bro, people are forgetting what history has shown. Like, it ain't even that people are forgetting, it's just that here in America, people do not think that could ever happen here. Motherfuckers really truly believe in their minds, because they're Americans, that no shit like that would ever happen on the United States soil. Even though we sat there and watched it happen to black Americans. We sat there and watched it happen to one group of people. And maybe now, let's say the government are just deciding they want to expand operations to everybody. Like, we're tired of just doing this shit to black people. I think it's time for all people to get a taste of this shit, because they getting a little bit besides theyself. They out here marching and protesting and demanding higher wages and lower property taxes and this and that and that, and we're not giving them none of that. But you know what we are going to give them? We are going to give them a loss of rights. And they're going to do it. They got think tanks, by the way, to where they can go and sit in these buildings with all these high ranking people and all these smart scholars and say, okay, people, we're going to take the people's rights away from them. How can we do it where they won't notice it? How can we put this shit into motion where nobody will see it coming. Well, we start with a few neighborhoods at a time. And before you know it, we'll have all the right people out the way. We take out all the armed people first. We go after the weapons like we've been saying we was going to do for years and years and years. We get that fight out the way, right? Get all the gun owners all hostile and upset, and let them go to war with our military and our national guards or whatever. And once all the weapon owners are out the way, the rest is going to be history. You feel me? It's just you got to think, man. Hey, history repeats itself, bro. And what if the world leaders just decided to implement Jim Crow on the whole entire population? It was no longer about just one race. It was about taking everything from everybody moving forward into the future. What if? Let's just imagine that for a minute. Could you imagine waking up with the military at your motherfucking door demanding that you and your entire family step the fuck outside or be arrested and hauled off to a motherfucking military detainment center somewhere that you didn't even know they set up while you was asleep? They did it to the Mexicans. They did it to the over there in what was the name of that place? Alligator Alcatraz, right? They did it to them. That was just a test, a simulation. Ain't you ever seen Walmart all around the country? They got empty buildings at Walmart that are just empty, but like within the last few years, supposedly, I don't know how true this is, but I'm still gonna throw it out there, right? They put motherfucking fenced in areas. And remember this, they had people living in Walmart. By the way, they turned certain Walmart stores in certain cities, states, and counties into detainment centers. That's a fact. That's proof, right? But they also in Georgia had tens of thousands of 4-man caskets. So it's a casket that's non-leak, sealable, and it can hold up to 4 bodies. So if they weren't planning something grand, why would they have all this shit? Why would they have empty Walmarts that got fenced in areas inside a vacant store where you can detain a motherfucker if you wanted to? And people are just assuming, oh, that's for the immigrants. That ain't for us. We're American, man. This is our country. And like I hear this shit and I say to myself over and over again, bro, history repeats itself. You know what I'm saying? And we all know that Americans are already rocked to sleep. Not all of them, but a lot of them. And motherfuckers won't believe that water is wet until they fall in the motherfucking lake. But right now, everybody's just complaining about ice, you know. But ain't this how it started out in Nazi Germany? The same exact way? This is how it started out. I'm not saying that any of this is gonna happen right now, tomorrow, but I'm just saying it's just something to think about, bro. Something to think about. This is how Nazi Germany started out. Motherfucking soldiers showing up at people's houses, getting the most dangerous, strong men out the way first. Once they were done with that, there was nothing but old people, women, and children left. And that was light work for them. That was like light work. Like we got all the big strong people out the way first. Now the rest of these motherfuckers is gonna be easy. They ain't got no guns. They ain't got no strong men. They gonna do what they told, and they were led right to their demise. But you know, I have a strong feeling America's the kind of place where we don't think nothing like that is possible. How there's no way that would never happen here. I'm a hard working and I own 20 guns and I make good money and I got a big truck and we'll just go to the mountains. Like, man, bro, you don't want none of what I'm smoking. You better just keep smoking that shit that got you thinking that that shit is sweet and shit can't happen. That's what you need to keep smoking. Keep smoking that shit that got you thinking can't nothing happen to you. That's what you do. Oh yeah, I'm back now, man. Bro just walked out. Man. Just gotta ponder, man. We're living in some turning point times, homie. We living in some times right now that are gonna make or break society moving forward. Like we either gonna get our freedom or we gonna lose it. That's the time we living in right now. We either gonna repeat the past or we gonna pioneer the future. That's what I meant to grab my charger. Hold on. Let's see. I'll say this because there's a big part of the puzzle that I ain't heard nobody on any live for the last month talk about. And that's this motherfucking depopulation agenda. Ain't nobody talking about the depopulation agenda that is indeed already happening. It is indeed already in motion. I mean, shit, how stupid can people be? They got a fucking app on YouTube that They got on heavy rotation. It's a commercial. The name of the company is Depop. I'm sure other people seen it. They started out like a person on Depop wants your style. Think about that, man. What the Depop? Depop? Are you serious? You got a company name, and that's not the only one. It's multiple companies coming out with similar names. Depop. What you think they talking about? What you think they talking about? Depop. Shit, man, this is a turning point. Either we gonna get our freedom like we deserve, or we fucked. But you still got these guys jumping on here like this guy's crazy. Don't listen to him. He's stupid. Okay, all right. You might be one of the ones that they keep then, right? You might be one of them people that don't have to like suffer that type of fate. But I can assure you, they are already depopulating the Middle East. They are already depopulating Asia. They are already depopulating China. They are already depopulating Africa as we speak. But I'm going to tell you the biggest propaganda they ever put over a motherfucker's life is the fact that they propagandize the news so much. Here's a thought for your ass, right? What if they lie on the news and they do all this bullshit on purpose just so you won't watch the news? They deliberately make the news so goofy and stupid that it got everybody saying, "Man, I don't watch the news. The news is stupid and fake. All they do is tell fake stories and fake news, right?" And so nobody wants to watch the news, right? But when the machine starts turning and shit starts happening on a large scale, you ain't gonna even know it because people said fuck the news and we ain't watching the news. But that's gonna be the very place that reports all this shit, right? But I don't know, man. Maybe it's just my imagination running wild. I did drink a lot of coffee this morning, so maybe that's all it is. Let's just hope that's what it is. But I really feel like the signs are all around us, and it's just like nobody sees them. It's crazy. I be seeing this commercial on YouTube, and that shit be really making me wonder why do they got a company called Depop? I never heard of no shit like that before, but like I know what it means. Depop. It's too close to depopulate for me. I'm just saying. And then they turn right around, and the opening statement of the commercial is somebody on Depop wants your style. Dude got on a red sweater and they're pulling the thread little by little. Like it's just, when you look at shit different, you'll see shit different, man. But when you look at the shit the same as everyone else, you're not gonna see a lot. You just gonna motherfuckers is happy go lucky, boss striker. People are living in a fucking bubble and they not even really seeing what's going on, man. You know, you better look into who Bill Gates' father was, right? Bill Gates' father was a evil motherfucking man. I don't know if he's still alive though, but it is it's a treacherous world out there, and they got all kind of shit in motion that people ain't even taking heed to at all in any way, and it's crazy because it's like right there in front of your face, like it's always been. It's in front of our face, but it's like I'm looking at some of these dudes in the comments they leave, and they just like, "You're unhinged, bro. You're a psycho. You're a schizo. You're paranoid. What's wrong with you?" Like, bro, shut the fuck up. But you know what? This is the crazy part. People rather listen to them type of dudes than an individual like me. Because the message won't be real and materialized in your mind until I guess maybe the president says it, or maybe your favorite content creator says it, or you see some shit on the news that's undeniable, or just anything. I don't know. I really don't know how it will hit you finally that there is a play in motion right now that ain't nobody seeing. Like people are seeing it, but I don't think they comprehending it properly. I don't think they comprehending it. But all I can say is may God be with us all, bro. May God be with us all. Because there's gonna come a time when we are going to need his grace and his mercy. And history has shown that right. History has shown that man ain't got no problem taking millions of people out. The evil empire is real, it's alive, and it's well, and it's been living and breathing for thousands of years. And they ain't got no problem taking out millions of people. None at all. And I could tell you right now, they would love to depopulate America. And they already got a roadmap on how to do it. They already, I wouldn't doubt it, you know. But it's funny because you say they're the Jews, right? But like the Jews never did no mass genocides, at least as far as I know, but like they got a mass genocide orchestrated over their people. We all know about the Holocaust. Motherfucking school made sure we knew about that shit. So how did it go from like the Jews getting done like that to the Jews doing it? But you know what they say, man, the oppressed becomes the oppressor. That's definitely what they say. As time moves forward, the oppressed becomes the oppressor. So it's quite possible it's the Jewish people. I don't really know about the Jews though. Maybe I should start doing my research, homie. Maybe that's where I should start since I'm getting this constant spew of what the Jews are doing. And like, you know, it seems to me like they're a small but powerful group of people. And all they do is use finesse. If you ask me, all the Jewish people do is they sit back and quietly get money and quietly gain power. A very small group, but damn, they got a lot of people talking about them. You know, I feel like you could fit the entire Jewish population into the state of Texas. If you put them shoulder to shoulder, you could put the whole entire Jewish population into the state of Texas. But yet, they got the whole world talking about how evil and dangerous they are. And you know what they do? All they do is finesse Americans. That's all they do. They don't do anything else. When the last time you seen a Jewish man commit a crime, a violent? You haven't. He sits in the cut and makes the American man do it. According to this guy, they use their brain. We use our emotions. We use our anger. We think brute force is going to get us through any battle. Until you meet a motherfucker that fights you with mental warfare and outthinks your ass. And then you got a real problem on your hand because you can't use your gun for a mental war, getting finessed. You can't fight your way out of that. You're gonna have to outthink your opponent. And if but then you know what they say, Americans are dumbed down. We don't use our brains here. We do is go eat McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Taco Bell, motherfucking Five Guys and Smash Burger and all this other shit, right? The whole time we're getting finessed by a group of people that are very patient, passionate, and poisonous. And you get on YouTube, you hear all about them. You hear all about them, how dangerous the Jewish community is. But I still have yet to see a Jewish man commit a violent crime. When's the last time you turned on the news and seen a Jewish man do anything to anybody? All they do is walk around in groups and mind their own motherfucking business. You could do what you want to do, man. And then you the one that keep mentioning the Jews. So you should just volunteer the information. You don't need to ask for permission, man. Like lead me in a direction so I can know what you know, because like the agenda is already taking place, but like let's focus on the why, not the what. So I've been speaking all the what. Now lead me as the spokesman, the creator, so I can, you know, redistribute the message through, you know, you know, being led to the right information of the why is everybody saying it's the Jewish community, because I really want to know. I mean, yeah, I seen what happened to Charlie, but like I know that everybody's saying it was the Mossad, which is the Israeli intelligence, which has a lot of power, long range power, you know, and they're linked up with the American CIA and the FBI and all them dudes. And I mean, they did put a dude from a, not that Cash Patel is from another country, but he doesn't look American to me. And his name doesn't scream American either. Cash Patel screams somewhere in the East, right? So I'm sure deep in his bones, he's more loyal to his soil than he ever was to ours. But at any rate, because why would you see my family if I'm a creator that does content? Why would my family be a part of my videos? Why would anybody outside of myself be a part of my videos unless I so choose to do so? Yeah, yeah, no doubt. I know he is. I know he is. But like I said, Bandito, you know something. We're at that point right now to where we're either gonna get our right freedom, or we about to lose it, man. It's one or the other, and I'm putting my money on we about to lose our freedom. It is coming, and it's coming in fast. No, it's all good, man. I feel you, man. That's what happens when you get around a passionate, real individual who ain't playing no fucking games. Like, this is something that's going to affect everybody, including the trolls, unfortunately. No, but I screenshotted it earlier, but I haven't had a chance to, but I will. No doubt about it. Um, I was asked earlier about Craig Facts, and I have every intention. And you know what? I'll make you a deal, my good sir. I will make it a point to research the Craig Facts, and I will get back with a fresh video, and that will be the topic of discussion, man. And I won't let nobody deviate me from speaking on it. As long as it's something that pertains to what I'm speaking on right now, and it's like, you know, because YouTube is being used for a lot of distractions and bullshit and lollygagging and all this dumb shit. But like, there's only a handful of creators that's really like putting it out there, that like we're in a very dangerous position all around the planet. It ain't just America, but like America is in the spotlight though. Like America, like, and you can see we're in the spotlight. The whole world is watching what's going on in America right now. And it's like other countries are posturing, they feel like we weak as fuck. They ready to attack just to you know, just to do what gang stalkers do. When you're feeling down and you're feeling bad about yourself, that's when they attack you even more, you know. And so this is just going to be a large scale attack, and like it could cost people, you know, everything. So like I just want to talk about, you know, like I said, man, we're at a historical moment in our lives, and we either going to be able to move forward and still have action at the American dream, or we're about to lose everything. Motherfuckers gonna start disappearing. You know, hey, look, man, one of the things that I hated most about living in Las Vegas is that's one of the only cities in America where when you live there for a long time, you got these rich billionaires that will come in and they will buy a whole block, right? They'll buy a whole city block and they'll demolish it. And I don't give a fuck if you was raised on that block and all your childhood memories with your family came from living in that community. A billionaire will come in and level the entire block and build a fucking high rise, and your memories, you won't even be able to visit them no more. They'll just be a place that you'll have to look at a building and say, hey, man, this used to be a whole apartment community with multiple apartment complexes, and they tore it down 10 years ago, man. And man, I had lots of memory. Like, that's what I hated about Vegas, man, is like they tear down memories out there, they get rid of them. I'm talking whole communities. And in 17 years that I lived there, I've seen it done multiple times in multiple communities, and it was always for the same reason. They tear down a whole apartment complex where families didn't live for, like in Vegas, people live in apartments for fucking 5, 10 years, right? And then some rich person will come and buy the property, close it down, move everybody out, level it, and build a high rise, right? And if you were in that neighborhood, there go all your childhood memories with it, right? Fucking hated that about Vegas, man. But that's what is happening right now on a large scale. They are about to wipe shit out, get rid of people, get rid of things that we knew very well, you know. And the new world order is finally getting rolled out, but they're like fast tracking it. It's coming quick this time. It ain't no gradual process no more. It's like the Democrats set the stage for the Republicans to come and clean up. And that was the cap right there. It's like they're gonna do all this bullshit under the disguise of we're just cleaning up. Chad says I look like Osama bin Black Man Dude. Osama bin Black Man Dude. Really? Okay. That's good to know. I look like Osama. You know, he got shot in the cheekbone right under his eye. I hope I don't suffer his same fate, bro. Because that would be unfortunate. I'm way too handsome to go out like that. And since you want to bring Osama up, you know, he was and this is a well-known fact that he was trained in his tactics by the American Central Intelligence Agency, and he got all his moves from us, and then he used them against us. Ain't that the story of our lives? We give them the fucking bullets to shoot us with. They bash MLK and civil rights until it affects them. Well, Hertz, I think you kind of get it, man. I really do. I think you're actually an intelligent dude. Stop wasting your time on trolling when there's so much work to do, man. And we need you, and you need me, and we need each other because, man, just because ain't nothing at our doorsteps at this very moment, there's like, bro, these ICE agents are at people's doorsteps, and just because they not harming, which they are, they're gunning people down. The idiots. I hate to say it, but like ICE is just the cap. You know what I mean? That's really just the cap. And like people need to I'm not trying to sit up here and market the idea that we need to fight anybody. All I'm saying is folks need to band together and like keep their head on a swivel and really start paying attention to what's going on and like understand that like this, like, bro, we had a civil war, right? Where the difference between the people now and the people then is back then the Confederates and the Union were ready to die. Now everyone's ready to kill, but nobody's ready to die. But you got to think, if you're dealing with a group of people that are ready to kill, you got to ask yourself, who are they trying to kill? Me or you? Because they want to kill, but like, who are they trying to kill? I ain't trying to die, right? But at the same time, I ain't trying to kill neither. I'm just trying to see what's going on so I know what position that I need to play moving forward. And that's what everybody should be doing. Like you could do it quietly and silently. Like it doesn't have to be broadcasted to the masses, but like we're clearly in unstable times and motherfuckers are still faking and booty shaking, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you know, that's it's crazy because it's like nobody takes nothing serious. Like for real. Like no matter how fucked up shit gets, people still don't take shit serious. There's motherfuckers that's been protesting all night last night, didn't get no sleep. They still out there protesting, right? And we talking about multiple major cities, right? All over America. Motherfuckers is protesting, getting hit with pepper balls and mace and getting tased and police whooping the shit out of people. And like, how many times are we going to go into these situations before shit actually hits the fan and you start to see the military trucks rolling through your neighborhood telling you go back in the house with hella guns pointed at you and you all pissed off and mad because you still feeling American because you don't understand what happened. And if you don't get your ass back in the house, you're gonna get shot. And when you get shot, the only thing the people in your neighborhood are going to be able to do for your dumb ass is cry for your stinking ass and say how this is messed up. Call the cops. But the cops are the ones who did it. So why are you going to call them? You know, this is a time more than ever when everybody needs to put their differences to the side. You don't have to like congregate with your fucking neighborhood out in the neighborhood on the street, but you kind of like need to be a little bit more friendly to everyone around you and understand that like this reminds me of like in prison right before a prison riot's about to happen, motherfuckers start to group up with who they fuck with and they kind of get quiet and just watch everybody else and say all right, something finna go down. And the next thing you know, you see one group rush another group and now it's just going down, knives flying, motherfuckers bleeding, shit going down. And then the cops in the gun tower gunning shit down. You know, in California, they got ARs and they like to, no, they got mini 14s and they got ARs and they like to pop motherfuckers in the head. So, you know, it's just like I said, bro, I ain't trying to scare nobody. I ain't trying to like pump fear. All I'm trying to say is we are living in a historical moment to where either we going to end up like the Jews back in Germany or we going to get our freedom like we deserve. But I honestly feel like Americans, these bitch ass niggas don't deserve no freedom the way that we be acting. Because we can't even, we can't, we don't know how to mobilize for nothing. Because they never taught it to us. They only taught the soldiers. The people in the community, soft bodies, overweight asses, don't know how to mobilize for no reason. All they know how to do is grab their fucking camera phones, paint a sign with watercolors, and go head downtown and get shot. That's all they know how to do. And I'm sitting up here like, hey, bro, we're in a turning point, and like, you'll realize shit is real when they come knocking on your door, and you know you ain't got shit to do with nothing. You just sitting up here on YouTube chilling, minding your own business, and now you look out the door, you see a military vehicle or a nondescript, unmarked vehicle by the police or the ICE or whoever it may be. And you're like, oh man, the fuck they doing here? Did I do something? The answer is no, sir. You didn't do anything. You didn't do nothing. It's just that you're living in a world where everybody losing their rights. Because, like I said, they want to depopulate this motherfucker. They want to depopulate. That's why they poison the air. That's why they poison the water and the fucking food. But I'm gonna tell you my opinion. I feel like the problem is motherfuckers ain't dying fast enough. So they want to fast track it and cause a bunch of bullshit like the Freemasons love to do so they can get rid of motherfuckers through hostility. And then, movies like I Am Legend will start to make sense. You know what I'm saying? Big empty cities with just a couple survivors. And you're like, damn, that movie makes a whole lot more sense to me now. You know what I'm saying? They didn't just make those movies for no reason. A lone survivor out there hunting. I'm talking about Will Smith was a cold motherfucker in that movie, I Am Legend. But it's like they try to act like it was due to a virus, which COVID already came through. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? Check this out. What was that in Africa where they sent the military out to control the people, right? And this is happening right now, currently. Like this ain't fake news neither, man. So they sent the military. It was in Africa, but I forgot what country, right? So check it out, right? They sent the military out to control the people, right? The people were rioting and they were uprising against the corrupt government, right? And the military knew it was some bullshit from the very beginning. So you know what the military did? They joined in the fight with the people against their own government, man. You know, and like we're trained and we're taught from babies to never speak of no shit like that. The military going against the government. Hey, man, if the government turns corrupt and is violating the rights of the citizens, then the military they got orders to where they can go against the corrupt government. Like, and motherfuckers know that, but like, will they do it? It's hard to say because a lot of those army guys are programmed, man. They're programmed in a way to where they're like universal soldiers. These motherfuckers, they not turning against they orders, man. They gonna carry them out, even if it means your and my life. Period. Okay, yeah, that was Nigeria, huh? Yeah. The military that was sent into the battlefield by the government turned on the government because they realized that what they was doing was bullshit. They were about to go kill a whole bunch of they people that were all innocent. You know what I'm saying? And they were like, "Nah, we can't do this." And then the government they collapse after that because like if the government don't have the military, which is who controls all of the main weapons that protect the whole land, what is the government gonna do? They're gonna have to say, "All right, man, we waved the white flag. Let's sit down and let's talk about this." All right, no taxes for everyone. They'll come up with some old wild shit for everybody, but eventually they'll reestablish power and then the cycle continues. So there's always that. And but at any rate, man, all bullshit aside though, like right now is just a time where everybody needs to pay attention to what the fuck is going on all around, because I'm sure that these motherfuckers is out protesting in every city. And that's how it always starts, man. It starts with the same shit that you always see: protesters, people getting hurt, little fires getting set, people tripping. And then if there is an actual incident that is set off by any group of people, and I've been saying this, right, that all that's going to end up happening is that it's going to be a uprising against the government, but it's going to end as a race war because you already got dudes in place that don't give a fuck about the uprising and they just want to start a race war anyway. So as soon as the uprising starts, it won't be against the military. It's going to be against the who motherfuckers. And so like we're not going to, that's why I say this is a historical moment though. It's a turning point because like anything can happen right now, including the fact that China's posturing against America. So is Iran. Russia pulled all their guys out of Israel because they know there's an imminent incident coming, and they don't want to fuck around and find out the hard way. So they was like, well, we don't have any solid evidence yet, but it's about to go down. So they pulled all of their little people out of Israel just the other day. China told the motherfucking United States that they need to return the Venezuelan president back to his country and leave the oil alone. And like, if China issues a warning like that, I mean, they're not fucking around. You know what I'm saying? But we also know that America's not going to listen to what China says because we have an ego that is never been checked before. And so it's like, what's going to happen? Are we going to have a standoff or are we going to go into World War III? And if we do, how many countries got their bombs aimed at America? Because America can't fight all these different countries on their turf all at the same time, because we're about to get jumped. Basically, you ever seen somebody get jumped? He can't dodge everybody's punches, right? And if he falls, he's gonna get stomped out. So imagine a whole country getting jumped by other countries using, bombs and missiles and all that kind of shit. It's like we'll do pretty good at first, but like we can get exhausted really fast if like shit's coming from all directions. And it's like this is completely a theory, but it's like you got multiple superpowers and they all have nuclear weapons and they ready to jump us, bro. There's a conflict going on because a lot of these people overseas can see how full of shit American is. They see it, they know it, and they don't like it. And like they're full of shit in their own way over there, but that ain't the point, right? The point is that over here, there's so much drama all the fucking time in America because of this fucking satanic empire. They always got some bullshit going because of all these rich fucking assholes. They just want what they want. And they willing to send the world into a motherfucking war just to have shit their way. And that's really all this shit is about. Rich people wanting what they want, even if it goes against the rest of the planet, right? Because history repeats itself. These old elder rich motherfuckers, these wealthy, rulers, they want to keep shit the way it's always been. They want to be able to bully people. They want to be able to take shit. And they want to be able to just, why you think you don't own your fucking house? And there's never been an American who owned a home ever. Because how can you own a home that sits on land that is owned by the government? You know what I mean? And how can the city just come in and take your house and resell it to someone else if you don't pay your taxes or whatever? You know what I'm saying? They always got a line on your ass no matter what. But anyways, that's all besides the point. The point is we are in a turning point and motherfuckers need to understand that we've already came close to these points in the past. But like how many times are we going to go through this shit before it finally gets set off for real? And let's not forget about all the little backwood militias that they got in America that ain't even focused on overthrowing the government. They focused on eradicating certain race groups. So it's just like, man, this shit is crazy because like there's a lot of shit going on that people are just not even thinking about. And you remember when here in Michigan, I think it was Michigan, where they stormed the Capitol. A lady got shot and killed by a government employee inside the Capitol building. They were fully prepared to kick off that war. They was ready. But luckily it got neutralized. Nothing happened. Only the lady lost her life and da 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 da. But it's just like, this is all opinion and theory, entertainment purposes only. Bro, this shit might blow over in a week. But all I'm saying is China is posturing against America. Russia is pulling their guys out of Israel. Russia is allied up with China. Israel's is oh, and another thing, China told America stop fucking with Iran. So You know, they might not have nukes and all of that, but if they're fucking with Russia and China, they can get a couple of them. So it's like multiple nations, right? And I'm just hoping that like we can continue to live a peaceful life here in America, keep going to work, keep paying our bills, even though they're high and expensive and everything's fucked up and inflation is still at an all-time high. And I'm gonna give you the last indicator of an imminent conflict, right? The very last indicator. Bro, go look at gold prices. And I'm gonna tell you this: history has shown 100% of the time when gold prices skyrocket, a conflict is coming. It happens every time, and you can fucking ask Siri. Siri, what does it mean when gold prices skyrocket? An incoming conflict, of course. In every timeline, every war that's ever happened, gold prices have always shot up to their all-time highs, and that shit's happening right now. So it's just like keep your head on the swivel, man, and keep your head up to the sky. Make sure you don't see them missiles like they did in Ukraine, because that to me that would be just the most awfulest shit ever in the history of the world. Is going outside to smoke a cigarette, looking up in the sky and seeing multiple missiles shooting across the motherfucking skyline on their way to different cities where we got family and friends living in. But it's a reality for motherfuckers everywhere else but America. Ukraine went through that shit. Motherfucking Palestine went through that shit. Motherfucking Iran went through that shit. Um, where else? Africa. And then Trump talking about attacking Mexico using military weapons. That's some shit that's never happened before. Mexico's never been attacked by America. So it's just all kind of shit going on, man, right? It could be fear mongering, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Because there's too many signs that's right in front of our faces that are showing otherwise. But just know, hey, if your internet ever cuts off and don't come back on, incoming conflict. So keep your phone charged and make sure your internet connection works, because that's another thing, right? If the internet goes down, that could be trouble. You know, hey man, but listen, man, with all this shit being said, man, it's 11:11. I've reached the end of my video. I appreciate everybody stopping in, homie. I will get back later, probably not tonight, but maybe again tomorrow, man. So y'all have a good night, man. And just consider what I said, man. We in a turning point. History is being made. So keep that in mind. I love you.